Peace to you. I hope this finds you well. I was considering elders. Elders. The word implies someone who's older, perhaps someone who's wiser, but it usually implies that you need to listen to or respect your elders. I don't know if you know, but when Jesus was sent to the Israelites, the time, I don't know how God decides time frames and such, but at that time, it was the elders of Israel who had put heavy burdens on the people, very heavy burdens. And Jesus was sent at that time to make right what the elders had made wrong. Now, coming to Islam and reading the Quran, I don't see in the Quran all of the things about Islam that I've been taught or that I understood to be the case. There are many things that a Muslim holds dear in their life, to their faith. It virtually has nothing to do with the Quran. And that's due to elders. I was thinking if I made what is that word when you make various words out of letters? Not acronym. Well, if you took the word elders and you broke it down, and the word escapes me right now, what that's called. But you break that word down letter by letter, or give a meaning to each of the letters. If you looked at elder, it would be elite leaders determining everyone's responsibility. That's what an elder has become. They determine for everyone else what needs to be done, what needs to happen. I think it's a shame. Looking at the world and looking at the young of each species, no matter what they are, bears or goats or gorillas or whatever, human beings, the young of each species knows to play, knows to enjoy. That's what you see when children are playing. They're enjoying life. We're not put on this earth solely to pray and worship God. We're not put here for that purpose. It is part of our purpose, but that isn't solely our purpose of being here. We should be enjoying life. If you feel like listening to music, you should be allowed to listen to music. If you feel like having a drink, you should be allowed to have a drink. You feel like dancing, you should be allowed to dance. My God doesn't expect me to be a saint. And quite honestly, when I read in the scriptures what we call saints or prophets or men of God or people of God, they always have their moments that they deviate. And let's face it, the stories that have been shared with us are shared in such a way to tell a specific or teach a specific lesson. When I look at Muslim children playing in the debris of Gaza, in the cities over there, I see truth. I see the joy of just living. But when I look at Muslim adults, they're very serious, very stoic, and quite honestly, you come across a little aggravated, maybe even a little mean. There doesn't seem to be much joy there. Now, I may be speaking out of turn and completely wrong, but I see that the burdens of the Muslims is because of the elders. It's not because of the Quran. I've read the Quran. Granted, I read it in English, but I read it and I still read it. I read it daily. And I'm sorry, the lives that, when I look around at communities that are considered Muslim communities, there doesn't seem to be a lot of joy and celebration. And that's not because of the Quran. And that's not because of the Lord God Almighty. That's because of your elders. Remember, there's only one true God. That's who we answer to. And we will answer to that, our God, that God, the Lord of all the worlds, on Judgment Day. And until then, do good. But for God's sake, enjoy life.